There's no reason why, I always say the same thing to anyone, there's no reason why I should have had to have 11 surgeries, all because of medications that I had to take that are supposed to help me with my lupus.
Since Eisenhower was president, Dwight D. Eisenhower was president, was the last time there was a new drug for lupus. That's incredible.
I was in the hospital and there's a tech setting up my IV. And she says, "Oh, you have lupus? I know someone that has that, but everyone thinks she's gonna die."
We've got to stop this. And so little has been spent on this disease. We've got to turn that around. We've got to improve and increase funding.
When I was first diagnosed with lupus, I was unsure of what exactly that meant. I had heard of lupus, but I did not know exactly what the disease was.
My mom was diagnosed with lupus about 10 years ago now. She passed away almost a year ago, last Christmas. When she was first diagnosed, I knew nothing about the disease.
2006 I was diagnosed, but in 2006 I didn't get any treatment. I didn't start any treatment for the lupus until 2009 because the doctor said it wasn't lupus.
Probably looking at me, you cannot tell just from looking on the outside that I'm a patient of lupus, that I have lupus, that anything is wrong.
That's the scary thing about lupus, is that you never really know when it's gonna hit you. I mean, there I was one moment, you know, at a club at 3 a.m. and the next day I can't even get out of bed.
Yeah, one of the other things that is hard to deal with the lupus is not so much that I live scared knowing that I have lupus, but the not knowing what's going to happen next.
With lupus, it's a ghost and it floats around and it attacks anything it wants to attack. It attacks your joints, it attacks your heart, it attacks your kidney, it attacks wherever it wants to attack.
The worst way it affected me was it caused this condition which causes extreme shortness of breath and right heart failure. Because of the heart disease, I have to wear a permanent IV, which goes right into my heart. I have to carry the IV everywhere. Imagine having to have a tube in your heart for the rest of your life.
From the lupus, I have had 2 hip replacements, both my left and my right hip replaced.
Disease attacked her heart.
I suffered from chronic infections.
I was diagnosed with a rare kidney condition.
Inner ear, staph infection, bronchitis, strep throat.
I've also had my left shoulder replaced. That was just November of 2008.
She knew that when she had a good day, a bad day was coming.
They kept getting worse and worse.
What actually caused me to have the surgeries was the vascular necrosis that I was diagnosed with was because of the medication that I've had to take for the lupus.
The drugs that you have to take for the disease complicated matters and basically killed her heart.
The treatment for lupus is frustrating because there's nothing that actually treats lupus.
All of the medication, everything that I've had to take, from the Plaquenil, from the prednisone, the steroids, from the Cellcept, the cyclosporin, just multiple different medications. They've all caused so many side effects that sometimes you can't even tell what is causing what with the side effects.
The drugs that are supposed to be there to help suppress the symptoms kill the rest of your body.
The support groups have been phenomenal. The only thing that I regret is that it took me so long to join a support group.
I would say the best thing about the lupus is the support group that I'm in. It's called Y'all, Young Adults with Lupus.
We learned so much more there from each other than we could possibly learn from any doctor.
They do a really good job. The lupus website, you can always tell people to go there so they can get a better understanding of what lupus actually is and how it affects people differently.
Yeah, I cannot imagine not having the Lupus Foundation. as a support group. We're like a big family.
To go through and be the patient yourself, I can't even imagine how difficult it must be not to know if you'll be able to get up tomorrow.
I know that I had moments where, you know, you feel alone. You feel alone.
Being the family member, seeing your loved one go through this, and being absolutely and utterly powerless to do anything for that person, especially when you've got no real way to combat the problems. And how can we sit around and not have any real treatment, any new treatment in the last 50 years? How can we sit around and watch this happen to so many great people, so many young women especially?
And thinking of all the surgeries that I've had, it's easily $500,000, easily.
That's the scary thing about lupus. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to your child, to your best friend, to your wife, to your mother.
I can tell you flat out, you don't want to get it. You don't want your sister to get it. You don't want your child to get it.
What I'm hoping is that people will donate their money and donate their time.
Even though we haven't come far enough yet with the money needed for this disease, it doesn't mean we can't get there.
What would make me the happiest girl in the world? Well, as far as lupus is concerned and being the happiest girl in the world, definitely if we were able just to find the cure. Also, if just everyone that has this awful disease, if we were just all in remission and we can have this big remission party, that would be awesome.